Welcome to the course for PowerShell automation for Azure SQL Server DBA with networking concept. In the last video session, we have seen how to create the virtual machine using the PowerShell command. And it was a very simple. We have gone through it. We have created the using mm, one VM we have created with the default means it was taken the same name while creating the virtual machine. What is the virtual name? Same virtual machine name it is taken for um, virtual network, it etc. Then after that we have used one um, mm, code, and this time we have just defined what should be my resource group, what should be my virtual machine name, where should be my location, what will be the image, what is the virtual network name, what should be the server name, what should be security group name, and your IP addresses, right? And which port has to be open. So these are the parameter you have seen while creating the VVM in backend. These are the parameter is creating, right? So what we want to discuss here, we want to create each and everything individually. Means we are going to create the individually resource group. We are going to create the individually your virtual network, your subnet, etc. In Azure, you will go, and if you will see, if I will open my Excel, what will happen if you want to create the virtual machine? It should be part of network interface. Without network interface, we will discuss into the more detail what is a network interface and all. And network interface has to be part of virtual network. If you are talking about virtual network, you have to create the subnet for it. Means without subnet, you can't assume, you can't say anything about the virtual network. Public IP has to be attached with the network interface, right? Then after that, there will be NSC network security group. There will be inbound security rules, port, which port you want to allow for remote desktop connection, then subnetting. There is a multiple of parameter. It is going to be involved if you are creating the virtual machine. So we are going to discuss now what is the virtual network. And here I have given virtual network is a part of subnet. If you are going to talk about virtual network, of course you have to understood the subnet. And if you want to understood the subnet, you have to understood the IP addresses. Without this IP addresses, understanding the IP addresses, you will not able to understood what is the virtual network and how it is going to be dis how it is going to be no divide for in your virtual machines. So what I'm going to do, I will go very no not much more detail, very brief in as per my PPT, and once we will come to the my actual course. So I'm going with the theoretical first. What is the Azure Virtual Network? So Azure Virtual Network is a service that provides that a fundamental building block for your private network in Azure. An instance of the services, a virtual network, assemble many types of Azure resource to securely communicate with each other, the internet and on-premises network. So meaning of this means the virtual network is allowing you to connectivity, giving the connectivity with the other resources, right? And virtual network means it is name itself saying it is a network. So you are creating a network on this. And it is, if you are going with the benefit, of course it is giving the benefit like Azure infrastructure. As per Azure infrastructure, it's having the benefit like scalability, ability, and isolation. So if what is the network interface, we will discuss later. I'm not coming with this. I will, okay, if you want, you can ignore this slides. You come here, what is the network, virtual network. For understanding the virtual network, I will go to some picture and then I will try to explain you. You can see this is my Azure Virtual Network with what is your area. This is my area, right? This area itself is called at virtual network. So I am creating my network. Means what is the same as your what is your area. Area is nothing but what is your network. Somebody will talk, right? In human, where is what is your network, right? So till which area it is yours area, right? That one is defined by the virtual network. So just same as the example, I will go to the one more picture I will try to draw here, and then I will explain you. Like if you want to build your area, like if you want to buy some landed, right? So what you will take this much of area, right? And inside the area you are going to decide where should be my home, where should be my garden, where should be my swimming pool, right? Where should I will do the farming, right? There is a multiple of parameter that much you are going to decide. So for deciding this all, where should your home, where should your garden, where should your no you want to build something like no agriculture area, or if you want to no put anything your garden, so everything you are deciding within your area, right? And if your area is very very small, then what happened, you have to expand the area, right? In the normal normal ways, what I am saying. So this area, what is your area, what area you are deciding, right? That is nothing but it is your virtual network. And inside the virtual network you are going to create multiple of resources. Like here you are creating home, you are building constructing some farming, you are constructing something called garden, some swimming pool, etc. Right? So where you are creating inside your area. So what you understood here, if your area is big, you can expand within the area without any problem, right? So if you want anything to buy here, nobody is going to stop you. You can build here shopping complex if it is the roadside, right? So this everything is depend upon your how much area it is yours, right? So that's why if you are going to create your virtual network, right, it should be little bit big. And what are the thing you are seeing here? Like you can see this one is the, like I will mark this one. Okay, I will mark this as okay, like this is the thing, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5 thing. This all are something called as your resource, right? Resource, right? So same thing we are going to do into the virtual network also. Virtual network means we are going to decide our area, and inside that it is not like human, it is like machine. So machine, what you are going to create, I'm not going to create inside VM farming, right? We are going to create like your virtual machine. We are going to create our your something called no database server. We are going to create some web server. So like that we are going to create inside our virtual network area. So that thing only I have given here. So you can see this red color, whatever you are seeing, that is nothing but it's your virtual network. And network, when you are deciding, so you have to select something called range. Without selecting range you will not able to do anything. Range means what IP you are going to reserve. So it is same as, so virtual network is, it is not like your land you will go width and height you are going to decide. In virtual network the same thing you will do with your IP address, which IP addresses you are taking, and what is the range of that IP address, means how much resource, because each resource which one you want to communicate is required IP address, right? So how much IP addresses we can provide for the resource, right? That thing is only what it is going to be defined in the virtual network, right? So like I have taken that 10.0.0.0/16. So we will discuss later what is this 16 is /16 nothing but subnetting. For understanding this subnetting, we have to understood what is the IP addresses, right? Then you will understood easily. So here you can see I have inside my virtual network, I have created two subnet, right? You can see that this is one subnet. Inside that one subnet, I have put my 3 server, and inside the other subnet you can see I have created 3 VM, 1 web application, 1 database, and these are going to be communicate each other, or 2 subnet also can communicate with each other. That one we are going to discuss later, right? Not now. So as of now, what you understood, virtual network is nothing but it is your area, and in cloud the area you are going to decide by your IP addresses range. So now what we are going to do, we are we are going to discuss now what is the IP addresses, because if you are not understanding the IP addresses, you will not able to understood what is the subnet, or you will not able to understand what is address space. If I am going to my Azure portal and trying to create the virtual machine, let's see what we are able to see. not virtual machine, I'm going to create virtual networks. If you are, because you know virtual network is the part of your virtual machine. So I'm not going to create directly, I'm going individually, I'm creating. First, I will create the virtual network. Then I will attach this virtual network to my VM. Not only virtual network, there's a multiple of parameter we are going to create, and then we will create the virtual machine. If we are going to create the virtual machine, there is the two option you have seen. Either you can select or either you can create new. I'm not going to create new. I'm going to create individually or resource for you to explain you individually things, right? So if you are going to create the virtual networks, if I will go here, create, let's see what happened here. It is asking for something called resource group name. I will just giving demo slash RGP. Something I have name I have given virtual machine name I have given node 02 or node 01, and going to next security leave it, going to the IP address. So once we are going to IP address, you can see there three things. One is what? It is the add subnet. So that one we have to understood what is add subnet, what is the IP addresses. Then you can see here something range it is giving, right? Then you can see here is the /16. Then you can see here it is that much addresses it is given here, right? And if you're going down, wait, if you're going down, you can see there is something called subnet. Okay, that is, I think, enough for you, whatever I have explained, right? So subnet and all, right? So what the parameter you have understood here? What the parameter you have understood? What things? Okay, I've just removed. So one is yours, what? Okay, I will go to that first. Okay. Okay. So what you understood here? Okay, I have to remove this. Why? How to remove this? Okay, it is came here. I will take the pen now. Okay, so one is your IP address. We are going to learn about the IP address. Then we are going to understood the subnet. Then we are going to understood the address space. You can see the IP address, subnet, and then why it is automatically it is removing. Okay, now you can see the IP range. Then we are going to understood what is this /16. This all are the parameter we are going to discuss in this video. And there's something called address space. What is this address space? This everything we are going to discuss now in this video. So if you are going to talk about, if we are going to understood this, what is subnet and no, so or address space, right? We have to understood first what is this IP addresses, right? So this IP address is very important thing, and if you are going to understood this, we'll go each and everything one by one. Okay, what is this IP address? Okay, so it is called TCP/IP, transmission control protocol, and that IP is stands for Internet Protocol. So what happened in the earlier days, no computer was communicating with each other, right? When this computer was formed, and then people has realized all computer has to communicate with each other. In this point, when all has decided like all computer has to connect with each other, communicate with each other, from that point only networking has been came into the picture. So we are just connecting to all computer in the network. So that networking come into the picture because how we can connect the all system, right? From here, the new concept is called, that is called packet switching. Using the packet switching, we are going to connect with our computer with each other. Okay, it is the same as like you are you remember like in your early days when the phone was involved, you cannot call directly to the any person, means source to destination you can't call. What you have to, there will be between that there will be one operator, and that operator was diverting your call to the some your destination, means you are the source, you called, you want to talk with your destination. What you have to do in mid there will be operator. You have to call to that operator, and that operator is going to be connect your phone to the destination people, right? How it was happened. But you think, if that operator will be not genuine, right? He can communicate, he can just connect the call with the others also. Just example, if you are the client and you want to talk with your customer, right, something like that, right, and you, so what will be happen, or if other way, like I'm asking, calling, please, hey, give me the contact number to some other businesses I want to do. So it is, what is the guarantee that operator will give the correct number only? He even give the ABC any person number, right? So the communication was not, you cannot say this communication is 100% accurate, right? And maybe there will be some data loss also, means, because it is a third party involved between them, right? So it is not good communication. The same way only in this, whenever this concept came, that is called packet transfer, right? It was not that much, no, you can't believe on that packaging transfer, packet switching, right? Because it was not that much secure, right? So that's why what happened, so people has came with that other concept, that is nothing but it is called as your TCP IP came into the picture, right? Okay. And of course there will be one more thing, this when this concept came, packaging switching, that time there will be no operator, but data, what it was sending to the source to destination, we cannot believe on it. That is the main problem. It was there, it was not 100% accurate, right? Mm, but in our case, right, what is actually it data, it that system has to ensure that data has been transmitted, right, successfully, right, and it has to be reached to the correct destination without losing the any packet, because whatever data we are going to transfer, right, that should be the form of packet, right. So we have to ensure this everything. So from this it came the TCP IP in the form. And if you are talking about TCP IP, it will be available into the network layer on the OSI model. So you can see it is directly, it is giving routing to the destination, means source and destination is going to be involved into the IP addresses, right? So what we can say? We can say TCP IP will be ensuring that there will be error-free delivery. And what we can say, TCP IP will be ensuring that there will be error-free delivery, and there will be no packet loss, right? That also. So what we can say, one more line, IP means internet protocol makes sure that package is delivered to the right destination, right, without any packet loss, right? So this is also called as IPv4 version. What is this IPv4 means? IPv4, this because this is the IPv1, V2, and V3. When it is formed, this everything is used for just for testing and lab purpose. But when IPv4 came, it is just like your commercial purpose they have given it, right? So we can say this is the IPv4 Internet Protocol fourth version is known as IPv4. Okay, so we are coming and we will see now what is this IP addresses. So if you are seeing here IPv4 address, it is going to be what? It is the 32-bit of the address, right? If you are talking, if you are seeing it, it's having the four part, and each part having the one byte. One byte, you can see it is the 8-bit. So this is that you are saying 185, it is the octet, right? This octet has to be converted into the binary form. because your computer will never understood anything uh, decimal value. Your computer is going to be understood only zeroth and one. So whatever data you are giving in the IP, right? That should be the form of your binary. Maybe we can't remember it, so we are not giving in the form of 10 something like that. But in backend, it is going to be converted. If you are going to give 185, it is going to be converted into the binaries, and binaries is 10111001. How the binary is going to be converted, I'm not going to discuss on this because that is something mathematical calculation. If you want, you can see it. So what you understood here, so if you are talking about IP addresses, so each IP, this fourth part of IP addresses is known as octet. So if I'm going to talk what is the octet, octet is nothing but it is the combination of this 8 bit is known as your octet, and combination of 4 octet is nothing but it is your IP addresses. So what we can say, we can say, and why it is going to be used, it is used for connecting the internet, right? So I think till here, I think you don't have any problem into the IP addresses, right? So what is the IP address? IP address is nothing but it is a 32-bit address, right? And where it will be present, it will be present into the OSI model layer 3. Okay. Okay, so any computer is, if you want to find out, right, how you can find out, you can find out any computer using its IP address or MAC address. That one we are going to discuss later, how any computer or anything is going to be decide, right, how it is going to figure out like which is my system. So there, what is the use of MAC addresses, IP addresses, and port number. So that one is, port number is related to individually application. So that thing we are not going to discuss now, we'll discuss later. So coming to next, I have written here the same thing. An IP address is a unique numerical identifier assigned to each device to connect to a network using the internet protocol. So what you understood here, before days there was no connectivity within the each computer. That's why we have formed the IP addresses, and I'm using, when the IP addresses came, we are able to connect with the each computer, right? And this IP is nothing but your 32-bit addresses. So what IP address will do, it ensure that there will be error-free delivery from source to destination without any packet loss. If you are talking about IPv4, provides you total 2 to the power 32, that is 4294967,296. Approximately it will be equal to 4.3 billions IP address is possible using this, right? But nowadays even it is going to be exhaust case, right? So this all IP address maybe is going to be used, but using the concept of subnetting, still we are exist. This IPv4 is exist. We will see into the later video session, not later, in this video session only. But that's why concept is called IPv6. So that one we will discuss later. But as of now, we are going to discuss IPv4 only. So what you understood, IPv4, we can create 4.3 billion IP addresses, right? And but this all IP addresses is not available for publicly. It is going to be divided into the public purpose, private network, public network. Some of the IP address is given to multicast, and some of the loopback addresses. We are going to discuss these things into the detail. So who is going to decide what will be my IP is given to public, or what is my address is given to the private? Who is going to decide this? This all decision is will be taken care by IETF, that is called Internet Engineering Task Force. He is going to be responsible to decide which are the IP has to be reserved for private, or which are the IP addresses has to reserve for public, right? But how we can decide, how they are going to decide which is going to be part of public or which are the IP address is going to be private, right? That one, it's depend upon how much bit you are giving to network ID or host ID. Now you understood these things. Any IP address having the two part, right? So one part is called as network ID and one part is called as the host ID, right? You can see down, but where, from where to where it will be the part of your network ID, where this will be the part, or these three we can give, or we can give this two as a network ID and this two as a host ID, or we can give this three as a network ID and only one as a host ID. How it is going to be decided, right? This will be decided by your classes of IP addresses. That one we are going to discuss now. So now I think everything is clear. We have gone through what is the IP addresses, right? Now we have already discussed what is the IP addresses, why it is going to be first we have discussed about the virtual network, and when we came to the virtual network, we have seen there will be something called address space, subnet, and understanding the subnet we need IP addresses. We have gone through the IP address, we understood what is the IP addresses, right? What is use of IP addresses, and then while coming to the IP address, we have come to know there will be IP address is divided into the public and private purpose. Who is going to decide this? This is the IETF. Who is going to decide, who is going to reserve the IP addresses, right? And after that, but how it is going to reserve, that is depend upon the how much bit we are giving to network ID and host ID. That is going to be depend upon the classes of IP. There is classes of IP, that one we will discuss later. That is classes of. Before coming to classes of IP, we will discuss like public IP and private IP. There's two types of IP, that is public IP and private IP. Whatever we are going to discuss about class A, class B, class C, this all are the public IPs. And then we will discuss for the private IP. So come to the classes of IP, that is the class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E IP, right? And we are not going to discuss more about class D and class E IP. Class D IP is used for multicast, and class E IP is used for R&D work. Now come to the class A IP addresses, right? So just we will start this thing. This is really very, very important now. Okay, so what is the range of this class A IP? Class A IP is going to be start from 1 to 126. Be remember this. Classes of range of this class A IP address is 1 to 126. Here we are giving one bit, means right left side, that 8 bit is we are giving to network ID. You can see here. Okay. It is not. Okay. So what you are seeing, you will see here, we are just giving the 8, this one 8 bit to 8. We are going to give these things to the network ID. So if you are going to give the 8 bit, 8 bits means 2 to the power 8, that one will come 256, right? It will come 256. So as normally 256 will be the network ID, right? 256. But actually it will be, you can go and you can see it is going to give you the 126 only. Why it is 126? Because some bits are decided to, some bit are dedicated here, some bits are no, it is in 8 bits, it is dedicated for deciding which class of IP address, right? And that one we have to subtract from here. So what we are going to do in this, just you can see here, I will going down now in my next, I have written, if you are talking about class A is range is 1 to 126, but here your first bit is going to be dedicated for class A, understanding the class A IP addresses. Like that, in the class B, it is 1 and 0, it is 2 bit is going to be dedicated. Class C, it is dedicated 110, 110 here. So 3 bit is going to be dedicated. right? So what happened? Class A, there will be 1 bit. So that's why what we are doing, 2 to the power 8 minus 1. It is become 2 to the power 7. And if you are going to calculate 2 to the power 7, the value will going to come, it is 128. So this 128, ideally 128 is the network ID. But this 128, we have to subtract always 2. Whatever value will come, we have to subtract 2. Because why we are subtracting 2? Because in here also, there is the beginning of the IP is going to, beginning of the bit is going to be given as a what? Network IP and the broadcast ID. Okay, so your first will be your broadcast and one will be your network. So that's why we are always doing the subtract 2. So 128 minus 2 is equal to 126. So if somebody will ask you what should be your length of your network ID, it should be 126 in the class A IP address. Okay, and what should be the host? Host is same as, like you can see the 8-bit here. You can see it is a 8, 8, 8. So it has become 24. So that's why we are doing 2 to the power 24. It will become this much value. It is 16777,216. And then minus 2 is equal to 1677214. Right? That much host is possible using in class A IP address. So how much is this? 1 crore 67 lakhs is possible, right, in this class A IP range. And it is the very huge amount of this range, right? That much IP addresses we can create, right? And it is like very, if you have very large network, that time you can go with the class A IP addresses, right? Or otherwise you will not go. Now come to the class A. Okay, in our IP address, our first octet. Okay, this is already I have explained, right? So now come to the class B IP addresses, right? So in the range here, it is going to be from 128 to 192, the 191. 128 to 191. You can see the class A IP address is 1 to 126. If you're talking about 126, right? If you're talking about 126, but after that, class B IP has to start 127. But I told it will be 128. You can see here, it is the 128. Why it is 128? Why not 127? Because 127 range has been given to loopback. In your system, in your office system, if you are saying, if your host, it is going to be given like 127 something, blah, blah, blah. So you understood this will be used for the loopback address. Actually, this class B IP address is going to be start from 128 and it will goes to the 191. And here there is 2-bit is given to the network and 2-bit is given to the host. If you are talking about 2-bit, then the number it has to become 2 to the power 16. 8 plus 8 16 and 8 plus 8 16. So it will become 2 to the power 16 and here is to 2 to the power 16. But if you are going to calculate 2 to the power 16, the value will become difference. But in here network ID, I told the first bit is going to be this 2-bit is given for deciding which class, right? So that's why we are minus 2 we are doing. So if you will do the minus 2, so it will come 2 to the power 14. You have seen, right? If you want, I will show you again. So see here this time what happened? It is 2-bit is given for the class B IP address. So that time we have subtract 1 because it is a 1-bit. And here we are going to subtract 2-bit, sorry, this 2-bit, 10, this 2-bit, right? So that's why we have to subtract. So 2 to the power 16 minus 2 and it will become 1638. Then after that again we have to reduce subtract 2. So 16386, the length of the IP, length of the network ID. And if you are talking about host ID, I have written something wrong here. I will try to correct it. It should be network ID why should I have written and? Why I'm not able to modify this? I have to remove this because, okay, let's see. I don't know why I'm not able to do. File is not, it is good only now. Okay, anyhow, so leave it. I will not discuss that why I was not able to. Maybe it is locked. So it's anyhow, it is fine now. So if you will go and if you'll check here in class BIP addresses, what you are able to see in the class BIP address 2 to the power, this is the length of network ID, not this one. Please cut length of the network ID, and this should be length of the host ID. By mistake, it I think copy paste it is the length of the host ID. So what it will be 2 to the power 16, and then we have to subtract 2. So it is going to become 2 to the power 14, and 2 to the power 14 value is 16384. Length of the host ID. Length of the host ID will be again 2 to the power 16, right? And here again you have to subtract 2, and it is going to become 16382. And here 2 to the power 16, and from there we will subtract 2 because one it is given, one bit is given to broadcast and one should be network. So coming to now into the class B, it is over. Now we are going to discuss about class C. So class C IP address, what will the range? The range should be the class C IP address is 192.223, right? So here 3-bit is given to the network. In this 3-bit is given to the network ID, network, and 1-bit is given to the host. So what should be the value? 2 to the power 8 plus 8 plus 8. So it will become 24. So 2 to the power 24 minus 3. Why we are giving minus 3? Because in the class C, 3-bit is going to be given for identifying purpose of this class C IP address. That is 110. So that's why we are going to subtract 3 from here. So 24 minus 3 is equal to 21. So 2 to the power 21 is this much. And again, minus 2 you have to do. So it will become approximate 2 billions. And if you are talking about host ID, so 2 to the power 8 is 256 minus 2, it is equal to 254. So length of the host ID is here 252. I hope you don't have any doubt into this IP addresses, and you don't have any doubt of the classes of the IP addresses, right? Okay, coming to the next part, which one we are going to discuss now. Now we are going to discuss private IP address. Till now, whatever we have discussed, that should be the public IP. Now we are going to discuss about private IP address. What is this private IP addresses? So now, what is this public IP? We now whatever thing we have learned, that all are the private IP, right? Um, Public IP. Now we are going to learn about private IP. So private IP can be used for local area network or locally. Like same thing in your home, you are using your laptop, it should be private IP. Your mobile, which is going to communicate with your device, that should be having the private IP, right? If you're having any printer, that also is required the IP, that is private IP. If you are using multiple of phones, right, that all phones are going to be used the private IP, right? So what you understood, if you have local area network, that time you can use the private IP. Why we will not go for the public IP? Because public IP is registered and it is costly, you cannot take it, right? So if you have LAN and you connect and you want to connect to the system, no need of taking the IP ranges. Why we are not going to take the IP ranges is because it is the costly, right? And one more thing here you have to understood, this IP address, private IP address, you cannot communicate with the internet. But again, that one thing will become in your mind. So if my laptop is using the private network or my phone is using the private network, how it is connecting through the internet? That connection of internet happening through the router, right? So inside your internet in your home, whenever you are taking the broadband, they will give you the router address, right? So what is the use of a router? It is taking your private ip and it is changing to the public ip, right? Then only your communication is going to be started using the router. And same concept it is there if you don't have router in your mobile phone itself. It is a capable of doing these things if you are using the data package. Means like your sim, you are connecting your internet. Again, it's required the ip addresses. Then how it is happening? Using the same way, right? So here is the range of the ip address. Like class a, it is given like 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.25. These all are the private IP. You can see here 10.170.16 dot 0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Class C is like 192.168.0.0, and it should be 192.168.255.255. These are the range of the public IP, right? So coming next. Okay, so what is this? Public IP will be non-unique, and it can be same public IP for two different private network. So this IP is not unique. If you are talking about public IP, right? Public IP, um, public IP can be unique, but private IP, like public IP, will be non-unique, right? Non-unique. So any right, and it can be same public IP for the two different, or same thing like in your in your laptop, whatever you IP you are using, maybe for others also in other home also they can use the same IP, right? So it is not registered. If you are going to talk this private IP, it is not going to be registered. It is totally free. uh, Next is you cannot use for the internet. If you want to use the internet, what you have to do, you have to connect with your router. It is used for the internal purpose. Your private IP is going to be used for the internal purpose, and it is totally free because public IP is you have to register, but private IP you should not has to register. So I hope till here you don't have any doubt about the IP addresses. And then now that is a very, very important thing that is called address space. This address space you will able to see in your Azure portal. If you will go to here, you can see the address space. Sorry, you can see this is the address space. So what is the address space means? Address space, meaning of this address space is means an address space is the total number of address possible and used by the protocol. Means what IP address you are taking, how much IP addresses you will able to create using this range, right? That number it's called as your IP. It is called as your address space. The meaning of this means it is a similar like how much area you are taking, right? So how much big area take you are taking. So how you can define your area? You are defining your area in acres or something like that, some other that much kilometer is mine area, right? So here you cannot define with that, right? You will define with the range. So in that much range, how much IP you are going to create, that number of that much, that value, how much address is possible, that is only known as your address space. You can say into the Azure portal, you can see it is giving here. It is giving itself here. This is the address space, and in this addresses what you have taken, this much address is possible. How it is possible we can see into the next coming video, but not now, not even today video only. We are going to discuss this, how this address is coming, right? So as if somebody is asking what is this address space? The meaning of this address space means it is the number of how much number of address is possible by this protocol. That is nothing but it is your address space. If I am going to ask you what is the address space of 32-bit IP addresses, right? You can say it is like 2 to the power 32. That is nothing but 42949679296. It is approximately 4.3 billions IP address is possible, right? So we can say address space is 4.3 billion. If I'm going to ask you, if I will given you two values, zeros and one, and then I've given the two space, so what you will do, this two space is nothing but this two and power of this zeros and one, that is the number two. So it is the four combination is possible. Like that here we have 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 32 till 32. In 32 I have 2. So 2 to the power 32, how much address is there? That much will become this much value. That is that is nothing but IP addresses. This one is nothing but your address space, right? I hope you don't have any doubt now in address space, right? So, so this IP address, right? So next we are going to discuss about the what is a subnet in Azure. This is very important topic, right? Because we are going to create the multiple of subnet and all. Then we will come to the picture which one we have discussed in beginning, right? So what will be happen? Just if I will go and if I will talk you, means if I'm going with the class A IP address, right? How much is possible? No, if I will go to the class C IP address, right? uh, how much host is possible? It host is possible is, you can see host is possible using this IP address, class C IP address. We can create how much host? We can create only 254 host. But what happen if it is required 500 host? What you can do? Whether then we have to move for class B, right? If I want more host, right? Because in this class C IP addresses, if you are going to take it, I can create only 254 IP addresses only, right? But if you want 500, in that case, if you are thinking if I will go to the class B IP address, but what you are seeing here, class B approximate this much IP address is possible. 65,534 IP addresses. That is the full huge amount, right? It is a huge amount, right? Right? I want only 500. And there is the multiple of 6,000, 65,000 IP address is going to be waste if I will go with the class B IP address, right? So we cannot go with this. That's why the concept called subnetting. Subnetting means we are going to decide how much bit we are going to give the network ID. Here you can see I have given here 8 bit, means total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This all bit is given to the network ID, and just I will mark this then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we are doing, we will not give that much bit to the network ID. We will give 1, 2, 3, 4 only. 4 and 4 zeros we will give. Right. Here what will happen? Be remember, if you are talking about network and host, host will be denoted as zeros. We remember these things. Host is going to be dedicated by 0, and this on network is going to be denoted by the ones. We remember this. So now we are going to do, now till here I think you don't have any doubt. What we want to reserve our 500 IP addresses. We need the 500 IP addresses, right? We need 500 IP address. But what happened for us? We cannot go with the class C because class C is 250 254 IP address is possible. And if we are moving to the class B IP address, we are going to waste 65,000 IP addresses. Even we can say 34 more IP addresses going to be waste, right? So that's the concept will come, the subnetting. Using subnetting, what is going to be happen in Azure is subnet is the portion of virtual network address space used to segment and organize resource with the virtual network. It's like dividing a large network into smaller, more manageable segment. Subnet allow you to deploy Azure resource into a specific IP address range, enabling better security and resource management. When you don't want to waste the host, this is the same thing only I explained. When you don't want to waste the host, so we can divide the network into two or more network. That is nothing but it is your called subnetting. Okay, so subnetting can be decided based on the usage. So like same thing, if I want I want 500, so according to do I am going to do my subnetting, right? So now come to the Azure portal, and then we are trying to understood this in the more details way. So now I'm going to the Azure portal now. So if you are going to create Azure portal directly, you can see it is coming like in this way, right? 16 something came and in my picture. Okay, so I don't want to take this range, I can go with an 192 range. So I'm taking 192 and it is a 16, right? Now we are going to discuss on this, how this number is came, what is this range, what is this address space, you understood. Now I will go and I will calculate the value on this, don't worry. And then we are going to discuss subnet and all. So here what we have done, we have taken the example of 192.0.0./16, and we are going to understood what is the meaning of /16, why it is given. This is the address space, right? Why it is given like this is the address space, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to understood first this /16. If you are going to understood this /16, easily you will be able to understood what is this addresses and all. So what IP we have taken? We have taken the IP 192.0.0.0/16. So I will go to my PPT. So it is 192.0.0.0 and /16, right? So while seeing this IP addresses, what you can define which range it is coming. It will be coming under range C of the IP address. Just go and see. Class C IP addresses is going to be start from 192. So directly you can say this is the IP address of the class C IP addresses. That one I have written. And maximum host, how much host you are going to create using the class C IP addresses. Maximum host we are going to create 254. 254 it is possible when you are using the class C IP address. How it is possible? 256, 2 to the power 8 you have given, and it is 256 minus 2, it is 254. So you can say 256 or 254, it is up to you. So it is possible to, so maximum IP address is 254, it is possible, right? When we will do the /16, right? When you will do the /16 here, what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this we will understood from here. Once again, I'm going to my Excel and same thing I have written here. So this is my IP 192 dot this blah blah blah, and here you already knows that all IP, right? All IP addresses, if it is the network, it is going to be, if it is the network, this 3-bit is given to the network and 1 bit is given to the host. So all 3 bits means it is the all 111. Whenever you are talking about 16, this 16 months, be remember, this is nothing but what are the ones is there, 16 ones, right? If you are going to talk about 16 ones, I will make little bit this one. Okay. If you are going to make 16 ones, right? So till here to here, how much it will become? This is the one octet, that is the 8, and this is the 8. So it is become the 16, right? Right. So what we are going to do, we are making this, we are just taking this much as my network ID and number of network. This one we are taking as a host ID here, right? So if we are taking as a host ID here, what is going to be happen, that all have to make the 0. So what I'm going to do, I'm making this as a 00048 for 8 zeros. Okay, for 8 zeros, and here also I am going to put 80. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now what I'm doing, I am dividing it by whatever ones is there, that network ID I'm making as a 0, because I have to go with 16 only. So what is the subnet mart? If you will see the actual subnet mart, it should be 255 because it is the 111. So it is 255. Here it is 0. So we have given 0. Means how much maximum you can create with this, right? It is the 255 only, right? But new subnet mask will be 255 because it is the 1, because this is ones, so we have given this as 255. This is all ones, we have given 255. It is going to be changed from ones to zeros, so that's why it is all zeros, so that's why it has become the 0, and this is already 0. So my new subnet mask is like 255.255.0.0. So here, no doubt for you, this is the class CIP address. What is your subnet mask? Subnet mask should be 255.255.255.255.0.0, right? Coming to next, now we are going to calculate number of hosts. First, we go to the formula. What is the formula? It's very simple. What is your slash that value, right? What is the slash that value? It is there. That one you minus from 32. Right? So my slash is 16. So what I will do, 32 minus 16. And it is exact, it is 16 only. 32 minus 16 is 16. So what we will do, 2 to the power 16. If you'll go to the calculator, 2 to the power 16, the value it is 65536. 65536. 65536. And that is the same number only, it will be here 65536. So why it is, what is the meaning of this? Means that IP addresses what you have taken, select 16, how much number of addresses is possible, how much IP address you are going to create, right? So we are going to create 65,536 IP address, right? This one is nothing but your address space. And how it is going to be decided? Very fast, we have gone and we have given here directly 32 minus that value, and 2 to the power that value it is going to be give you. But while seeing in the theoretical also, I'm going to explain you now what is going to be happen, you can see. So this one is known as, you all, you know, 2 to the power 7. This one is not 2 to the power 6. This is 2 to the power 5. This is 2 to the power 4. This is 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 1, and 2 to the power 0, because 8 it is there, right? It is same as I have written here, 7, 6, and all, right? Okay, it is same as like 2 to the power 7, 6, and all. If you will do 2 to the power 7, the value will come to 128, 164. 2 to the power 5 is 30. 2 to the power 4 is 16. 2 to the power 3 is 8. 2 to the power 2 is 4. And when we are going to add this all, the value will come 255. Right? the value is going to become 255. If you want, we can add these things, and then you can see, if I'm going to add, you can see the value is coming 255, right? So 255 value came here, right? So here, whenever you are going to move from 0 to 1 to 0, what you have to do? 255. Actually, it was possible 255. So from 255, I am going to subtract the value what we get, 255, right? So the value it is coming 240. So what value we are going to get? We are going to get the value of 240, and that 240 we are going to put here, right? No problem. So directly my subnet mask will be 255.255.240.0. Oh, that one is old one. New one will be 240. You understood how it is happened. Next is yours, how to calculate number of host. Number of host, I told you, number of host is going to be denoted by the zeros. So how many zeros here? It is 16 zeros. So directly to the power 16 is equal to 6 5 5 3 6. I hope you don't have any doubt. So that's why the value whatever you are getting in your Azure portal, that value is this much, 65536. I think you don't have any doubt on this, right? After that we will understood this subnet. Now what we are taking one more example. Maybe that much is not clear for you. I will go and I'm going to take one more example, and that example is 16 we have already done, right? We are going with other one. We are making it 23. If we are going to make this as 23, and what IP I am going to take, same thing, but here I have changed to 23. So my address space is giving as 512, means what range I have taken, it has only 512 address, right? Right? So how it is going to be this value? Just we will understood this again with the practical and using our Excel. Before going to that one, I forget to tell you, it should not be 250 because 255 minus 255 is 0. That's why we are putting 0 here, and it is going to be give me the result is 0. So new subnet task will be 255 0.0. Same thing, if you want to calculate using the portal, you can go to the any internet link, and you can just decide it. I'm taking this 192.0.0, and I have selected a 16. You can see what it is giving. My subnet mask, it is giving like 255.255 0.0. It is same as what I told you now. 255 255 and that 0.0, right? You can see here, and Excel also 0.0, that is the new subnet mask, that one is giving here. And number of host is possible 265 65,536, and the same thing only we have calculated 60,000. It is either 36, but we are just minus 2 here. So 65,536, 60,000, 65,000. And after that, I already told you in the beginning, we have to reduce 2 value, right? So if you are going to reduce 2, the value will come 334. That's why it is giving here number of usable is this much. Total number of hosts, you can create that much, but you can use only this much, because 2 will be goes for one for broadcast and one will go for the network, right? So that is the same value it is giving. But in the Azure portal, it is not displaying less to, it is giving directly total number of hosts there. So if you are going to change to 16, right, 6,536, it is the same only, right? And minus 2, why? But if you'll go to the internet, directly it is giving like you can reduce 2. I hope you have understood why we are subtracting 2 here. Okay, now we are going and see the some different example. That is, we will take this example of this one, and this time I am doing the subnet of 23. Let's see what is the meaning of this 23 now. So now we have taken the example of IP addresses 192.0.0.23. So while seeing itself this IP address, you can guess this is the IP address class C IP addresses, and maximum host is possible only 254. If my requirement is to create 500 hosts, how we can create, right? So if we are going to do the /23, then it is possible to create the 512 host using this IP address. How it is possible? We are doing the subnetting. So subnetting, we have done this 23. Let's see if we are doing the 23, how much host we will able to create. So you can see this is the subnet mask, means 225, means directly we can put 11111. Here also 225 means 255 is 11111, 255 11111, and this is the subnet mask which one we have given. And you already know here that in class C IP addresses, this all three bits is given to your network, and one bit is given to your host, right? Which is the host we have to denote by the zeros, and which is that network, that one we are going to give the 111. So that's why this all three bits we have given 111, and this bit we have given the 0. But here we have masked with the 23. 23 means how many ones? 23 ones. So this is 8, this is 8. How much we have to add here? We have to add, take 7 ones. So 7 plus 8 plus 8, it will come 23, right? But one bit we have to left. One bit, what we have to do? We have to leave for the host, right? So that's why what happened here, all zeros, and it will be 1 0, that 0 we are going to. So what will be going to happen? What you understood here, right? So if we are going to make 23 means mass by 23, 23 means what? 23 is nothing but 23 ones we have to take. And you already knows in the class C IP address, this 3 bits is going to become all ones, because it is this 3 octet is given to the network ID. And if you are talking about network, all should be ones. So this all should be 111, and this should be 0. But here we have given 23. 23 means 23 ones we have to take. How we will take? This is 8, this is 8, and this one I have to take only 7. So again, it is going to be left 1 1. This one we have to change it to 0, right? So if you, now after this we are going to convert to this, to the new subnet. How we are going to calculate this? So this zeros, what it is, this is nothing but 2 to the power 0. 2 to the power 0 value is coming 1. So what we have to do, this 1 we are making 0, right? So 255 minus 1, it is 254. So my new subnet mask is going to become 255. 255. Here we have not done any changes. Here it will become 0, so 0 only. But here it is going to be that we have taken the all 7 number, but one we have given to the host ID, right? So that's why this value of 1, it is coming 2 to the power 0, and it is 1, and that one we have subtract from 255, the value is coming 254. So if I going to ask what is the subnet mask for it, the subnet mask is 255.255.254.0. And what is the number of host here? If you are going to talk about number of hosts, the formula is very simple. Directly 32 minus 23, it is going to become 9, and 2 to the power 9, if you are going to calculate, 2 to the power 9 is 512, right? But if you are seeing here, here also you have to do the same thing. If you are going to see, if you are going to calculate host means zeros. I told you host means zeros, network means 1. Number of host, how much? So number of host, it is going to become 80 here, and 10 we have taken from this, right? So total 9. So 2 to the power 9, and the value of 2 to the power 9 is same as your 512. 2, and again you can subtract 2 from here, actual number of host which will be going to be used. If somebody is asking what is the number of network ID, right? So that much you have to take 8 plus 8, 16, and plus this, right? That much value it will come for here. So I hope it is clear now. Same thing what we are going to the internet and we'll try to modify now, and I'm going to change to 23. Let's see what is the value it is giving. So it is the value is giving subnet mask is 255, 255, 254, 0. It is exact same what we have written here. And number of host, how much? It will be 512. The same thing, 512, which one we have calculated, 2 to the power 9, 512, using the formula or using seeing these zeros, that also we have calculated. And next is how much usable host, that should be -2. It is a 510. It is going to be and this method is only called as your CIDR notation, right? So, and these are the IP and all, it is possible that one is giving. So I hope this is also clear. We will go and we will do one more example now. Not we will go and we will take multiple of example, right? Now this time we are taking the example of 190.0.0.0/15. Let's see what is the value of this now. Okay. Now again we can see this is the IP I'm taking, 192.0.0.0/15. So if I'm going to change to the 15, what is the address spaces? How much IP number of IPs is possible? That is 131072. And how it is possible? That one see with my Excel formula. You can see here, this is the class CIP addresses. So you know this all three bits, 3 octet is going to be given to the network bit, and one is given to the host bit, right? And here we have given the 15. 15 means nothing but it is a 15 ones. So if you will go here, 8 plus 8, it is 16, right? 8 plus 8, it is going to become 16 here, right? I have to do some modification here, right? It is a 15 I have taken. What is the 15 I have taken, or 16? Just once again, I will go to my PPT here. Okay, it is the 15 I have taken. Okay, so I think this one also I have to change here, right? Okay, so it's fine now. So I have taken the 15 here. So 15 means how I am going to calculate 8 from here and here 8. If I will take the both octet, then it is going to become 16. So what we have to do, we have to give this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1 0. So this number of ones is how much? This is 8. All one I have taken 8, and this is a 9. Wait, I will take this. This is the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Till here it is 15. If I will take this, this is become the 16 because I have to take the 15 only. So 15 1 means till this much we have taken. This 0 I have given to this host bit, and this all I have to change from 1 to 0. Here also it will become 0 only. So as normally subnet mask will be, this all are become the zeros only, right? This all are will be become the 255, 255, 255, 0. But what will the new subnet part? What is that one we are going to calculate? Okay, so what happened is this is the 2 to the power 7. Other bit will be 2 to the power 6. Next will be 2 to the power 5. Then after that it is become 2 to the power 4. Then this is become 2 to the power 3. Then this is become 2 to the power 1, right? It is same as 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And last one, we will not take this one, right? So if we are not going to take that value, so we will mask this as black, right? And what is the value it is going to give here? It is 254. It is going to give 254, right? Till here, I think you don't have any doubt. 254. Sorry guys, I confused you guys. So it is not 0 from here. That's why I was thinking it. We have to take only 0th bit only. So 0th bit is this only. Remaining this all have to mask, right? So you can go directly here, and I'm making this as a black, and this one I have to take as yellow because we have to take only this value. So this value is going to become 1 because we are moving from ones to 0. That's why 255 minus 1 we have to do, and the value is going to become 254. So if it is a 254 means this value 255, then it will be 254 my subnet pass. And what about this? This will become 0, and this will become 0. If you want to calculate this, this will be the zeros only. We are going to calculate 2 to the power. If you are going to calculate this all and you are going to sum, it will come 255. That's why 255 minus 255, it is 0. So directly all ones, when we make the all zero, so directly it will be 255 minus 255 only. The value it will become for the 255. We will add this all. So directly we have given here. So now here it is no doubt. Means what is the new subnet mask? 255.254.0.0. Right? And when you are going to calculate the number of hosts, you are going to take this all zeros. So how many zeros you have taken? You have taken the 8 plus 8, 16 plus 1, 17. So 2 to the power 17, it will come this value. So that's why you will able to see in your Azure portal that if you are going to make this how much? 2 to the power 15. So addresses will come 131072, and this is the same thing. 131 2 to the power 17 is 231072. I hope this is also clear for you guys. So now you think in class C that much host is only possible, but if we want, we can convert to this much of IP ranges. I hope you are understanding the concept of subnet now. Coming to next 16 we have done, 15 which one we have done now? We have done for 15, uh, 16. Okay. 15 we have done. We are going with other subnet. We will go this time. I am going to take the class A subnet. So class A subnet means it will start from 10.0.0.0. And what is the value I have selected here? 16. Just example, I will take the 16. So what address it is giving? It is giving 65536. We are going to convert this things now, right? Here. So how we are going to convert this? So same formula we will apply, and we will see how the value is coming in that range. And one more thing you have understood, when it is required, maximum host is possible 554, but using the subnet we have given 512, right? When we done the subnetting, we are able to reach to 512, right? Same thing, even it is possible, class C is possible 254 only maximum, but we have reached to the 500, we have reached to the 1000, this much value, we have reached to this value, right? So not this, till here we have reached, this is the class C, right? So same way in the class A, if you are talking, it is possible, maximum host is possible that much. If you want to reduce that also, you can do while doing the subnetting. So how you will do with class A, that one we'll go with this example. So we have taken the example of IP address 10.0.0.0/16. So the 16 meaning means you already know. I told 16 means it is the ones, and you already knows here class AIP. What is going to be happen in class AIP? This first bit it is going to given to your network bit, and remaining all zeros, all 3 octet is given to the host bit, and it is going to be denoted by 00080. Here also 80, and here also 80. This all 80, 80 and 80. But if it is written 16 here, the meaning of this means 16 ones I want. So what we have to do, we have to convert this 0 to 1. So already this is 8, and we are converting this 0 to 1 means all 8s again. So it is become the 16. So this one we have divided, right? Next, what we have to do, and this time we are moving from zeros to 1. If you will go to the previous example, there we are moving from ones to zero. You see, it is zeros and we are moving to one now. If you go to 1, means here it was moving from 1. The value was 1, we are moved to the 0. But next things, we are moving ulta. Here it was 1 and we moved to the 0. Here it is zeros and we are moving to ones, right? So here we have converting zeros to ones. All ones we have taken, right? So what you have to do, again the same calculation will be happen 2 to the power 2 to the power 7, 2 to the power 6, same thing, and we will add, it will come 255. This time we will not subtract, we will add 0 plus 255. So once we will do the 0 plus 55, the value will come is 255, right? So my new IP is going to become 255, okay? And this will become the same only 0.0, right? So same thing, we will go and calculate there in my IP address, calculating the IP address, and then we will see whatever value I am getting, that is the correct or not. 10 dot this, and I am making this as a 16 and going to calculate. What is the average you have got? It is, you have got the 255.255 0.0, and same thing we have also calculated 255 0.0. Here it is 0 and 0, we are not going to do anything, that's why 0 and 0. Next things is coming to how much zeros. It is 2 to the power 2 to the power 16. 16 means nothing but it is the ones you have taken. And if you want to calculate the host, you have to see zeros, because host is going to be present by the zeros, right? So how many zeros it is? 8 here plus 8 here, 16. So 2 to the power 16, the value will come here. Or if you want any formula, directly 32 minus 16, the result will come as 16. So 2 to the power 16, this much value 65536, and 365536 is nothing but it is your address space 65536. I hope this is also clear. We will go with one more example, last example, and this time we will do 420. Okay, now we are going with IP addresses. Which one we are going to take as 20. So IP address, I cannot put here down. You can see it is written here 10.0.0.0 and /20. If we are going to make this as a 20, how much value we are getting? We are getting 4096. Even maximum is possible this much, right? 1677. But we want to create less networks, right? Less host, we can mark is by 20. And here why I'm saying this things is happening in the Azure automatically, but I want to tell you the concept behind this, so how it is happened. So no need of converting these things, right? But while it is automatically, it is giving the address, but you have to understood this. That's why I'm giving multiple of examples. Now this is the last example, and then I will not discuss more on this. So what is happened here? I have given here 10.0.0.20. The meaning of this, here you already know in the class A IP address. This belongs to class A IP address, and in class A, this much first bit is given to your network, and remaining all 3 octet is given to the host. This is the 8 zeros, right? And the meaning of this 20 means you have to take the 20s ones, right? 20s ones. So here it is actually 8 ones only. I am going to take this 0, I am converting to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Then how much I have to take? 16. I have to take more 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? So now it has become 8 ones, right? 8 ones. And now we have to derive my subnet mask, new subnet. Old subnet mask, you know, in class A, it will become 255 0.0.0. But here it has become the ones. If you are talking about, because we move from 0 to ones, we have to just add, right? If we are going to add means 2 to the power 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. And we are going to add all, the value will come 255. So that's why we have moved from 0 to 1. So this value is 255. And what about this? This one we will not go with all. We will go with 2 to the power 7. You can see we have just changed the 4-bit only. So 2 to the power 7, this is 2 to the power 7, this is 2 to the power 6, this is 2 to the power 5, and this is the 2 to the power 4, that much. And when we are going to add this all, right, we will get the 240. So 250 we are adding with 2 zeros. So it is, so here the bit is subnet mask will be 240. My new subnet mask will be 255.255.240.0. And if we have to calculate the host, what is the formula I told? 32 minus this slash whatever value it is there. So it is going to become 12. If you are going to calculate 2 to the power 12, 2 to the power 12, the value is going to become how much? 4096. 4096. And then again, if you want, you can reduce one actual value. And if you want to see while zeros, so it is nothing but your host you are calculating with the zeros, right? So zeros means here it is 80, and new what you have make, you have taken this 40, right? And remaining thing you have given to the ones for the network ID. So here 8 plus 4, how much? 8 plus 4 is 12. So that is the same thing. It is the value is coming 2 to the power 12, and it is 4096, and that is the value you can see here 4096. It is your addresses. It's possible. If you want, you can go with this calculator again, and if you want, you can verify. I want like 20 here. I will go with this 20, and I am going to calculate my, this is same as 255, 255, 240.0. The same thing, it's here 255, 255, 240.0. And actual how much host is possible? It is 4096, 4096. Usable host is 4094. Reduced, we can reduce to here. Right? I hope you understood here how we are doing the subnetting. The subnetting means depending upon, we can increase the number of hosts, we can decide how much host we want, how much network we want. We don't want to waste anything. For that, we are dividing into the number of hosts. So now come to this subnet. If you are talking about subnet, if we are creating the subnet, we are taking one number, and this is nothing but it is a range of your IP addresses, right? And this IP address you can creating multiple of subnet, right? Like you can go here and you can see, again I will go to the my Azure portal, and you will able to see I am if I'm giving here, so using this much range means I can create 4096 addresses. But again, this one we are dividing into multiple of subnet. Like I have created one subnet, and here we have given this slash 24. In this we are dividing again, so dividing arrangements 256 addresses. If you want to add one more subnet, you can add here directly. So you can see this time again I have taken one more range, but 256, 256, how much we can give? We can go maximum 4996. How much is possible? You can create the subnet. How much subnet it is possible? You can see here like this, you can go and you can create in that range. If you are going to take something called how much larger you will get, that much lesser value you will get. How much lesser you will get that much larger value, right? So I hope you have understood. So coming to my picture, what you want is, it is the same thing, means I have taken the my area from here. Oh, sorry, I have taken my area. This is my area, means this is the range, and that range we understood we can create 4000 something, right? 4000 in that range we will able to create 4900 96 4096 addresses we can create. But in this 4000 I am not giving to one. In this again we are dividing one by one, 1 2 3 4. This is my subnet, and here we are giving, means in 4000 I want, just example I am creating 516 here in this subnet. 516 I have given for this, like that 516, or how much you want you can create it. It is given to this. That is only known as your subnet. I hope now it is cleared. What is this? This is 18, means how much addresses you will be able to get. how much addresses you are going to get. We are going to get this one 4096 address. This 4096 address I am dividing into multiple of subnet. This one I have given 256 maximum. How much we can give? We can get 4096 only. It is same as your this much. This is your area, and in this area we are just dividing it with with multiple of places, right? But we cannot go more than this, right? This area whatever we have decided, this boundary we cannot go this more than that. That is only called as your subnet. And for creating the subnet, Azure, it's required the addresses, range of the addresses. Depending upon that you will do the subnetting. Like if I want 500 address, 500 is way, we will not go with the class C, we can go with the class B. But if you are going with the class B, multiple of thing, it is going to be wasted. I don't want to waste, I will go with the class C only, and in class C we will do the subnetting and we will get that some value. I hope it is clear for you what is the uh, what is that what is the Azure virtual network, right? And what are the IP addresses and all. Thank you for watching this video, and please continuous watch my next video. And next video, guys, I am going to explain you into the more detail. This is the more on the practical side. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video.